35-25. Launch pass to Chambers is behind the back.
Did you ever think in your wildest dreams? I guess.
KJ to Chambers. Damn!
40 points in the first half for Tom Chambers.
Chambers to win the game. He's got it. Welcome back to Tom Chambers' Greatest Games. In this episode, we go back to March 1991 with the Phoenix Suns playing the New York Knicks. With Chambers continuing to struggle with lower back and hamstring problems, the Suns would need a big game from him to come back from behind at Madison Square Garden. In this nationally televised game, Chambers would power the Suns in the second half, hitting critical shots, crashing the boards, and going 13 for 14 at the line. The Suns would end the Knicks' 5-game win streak, further building their reputation as streak busters, and Chambers would be named player of the game after his 32-point and 13-rebound performance to earn the W. So let's go back to March 5th, 1991, the Phoenix Suns at the New York Knicks.
Game also. So two teams have been winning of late. Phoenix 8 out of the last 11, and the New York Knicks have won 5 in a row. Our officials tonight, Hugh Hollins, Tommy Nunez, and Hank Armstrong from Madison Square Garden. McDaniel to Hornacek.
Now Phoenix very good off the dribble and an outstanding perimeter jump shooting team.
Speaking of perimeter jump shooting, Tom Chambers, who had only 8 points last night, has 2 here on the opening possession.
Now the Knicks have gone to a wide open passing game. The keys in this, spacing of the floor, trying to pick out gaps and take your person off the dribble.
Vandeweghe open in the corner, misses the jumper. Rebound goes to Xavier McDaniel to Kevin Johnson, the all-star point guard. He'll shoot from 18. Rebound Oakley, averaging nearly 13 a game. Wilkins. The dish off to Ewing was unsuccessful, and Hornacek controlled.
The Knicks need to have a good night in transition defense.
Rebound Patrick Ewing.
When they come up into their offense now, even though they're in a passing game, they cannot forget about Patrick Ewing once he gets down into that low post area.
Charles Oakley hits Mo Cheeks down to the low post to Ewing. In and out of there. Vandeweghe with a rebound. Stick back no good. McDaniel with his second rebound.
In a game like this, you've got to make the bunnies, and that was an easy one.
McDaniel to Chambers, who's fouled going to the hoop.
See, I love what we just saw. Xavier McDaniels had a potential dunk, but he almost overpassed. He gave up his opportunity to get Chambers, who was running the outside lane. Now tonight, Bob, we have a couple of really big matchups. Vandeweghe versus Chambers is interesting, 2 perimeter guys, but Chambers should be able to post up Vandeweghe anytime he wants. And then the slugfest, McDaniels and Oakley. This could be down in Atlantic City, Tyson and Ruddock. Come on.
No kidding. I talked to the X-Man before the game. I said, how about your rematch with Charles Oakley? He says, oh, none of that emotion carries over. I thought, right. And I'll buy some swampland from you. The two of them will be a good matchup. He says, you know, I'm as tall as Oakley. I just give away the weight and the strength. But he says, I feel I can handle him in the post.
Yeah, well, last year when the fisticuffs broke out, he was the big-time aggressor versus Oakley, Seattle at New York a year ago.
Oakley posted now. The turnaround jumper over McDaniel. He was posted down low in the paint and turned right around and shot the jumper.
Now, Phoenix usually likes to bring the ball up quickly on the right-hand side of the floor. They love quick ball movement.
McDaniel from 19.
See, this is what they're so good at, Bob. Hornacek is a converted point guard. In Hornacek and KJ Johnson, you have 2 guys who can beat you off the dribble. You defend it, they kick the ball out for the perimeter shot.
Ewing over Lang. Patrick Ewing from 15 feet away gets his first hoop of the night. It's a 6-4 Suns lead. Opening moments, first quarter from Madison Square Garden.
Now, in the early going, we are not seeing any double teaming at either end of the floor. Both coaches are going to try to play people head up early tonight.
McDaniel left open for the jump shot, takes his 3rd consecutive one. Hit and missed that one. Here comes Gerald Wilkins, last week's NBA Player of the Week, gives it off to Oakley. From long range.
Come on, it's a game of horse. No one in the painted area. No one attacking the rim. What we're seeing is, I think someone forgot to tell the Knicks that Phoenix is the perimeter shooting team.
Mo Cheeks is called for the foul. Will be inbounded by Xavier McDaniel. We're tied at 6. 9:21 to go, first quarter. Kevin Johnson being defended by the veteran Maurice Cheeks. Vandeweghe came out for the double team that time, and Chambers made him pay.
Well, anytime that you go to trap on the perimeter, you're asking for slow death, because Chambers and Hornacek will be the two guys who will be free. Both of them are outstanding shooters.
Got Hornacek on Hornacek on a hold of Wilkins. That's a tough defensive job for Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff Hornacek naturally is a little slower, but he might say he's a half a step slow. Gerald Wilkins, really one of the true athletes in this league, and he loves this motion offense because he feels that he's in such outstanding condition that he'll wear his guy down by the fourth quarter.
Down to Ewing over Lang. Patrick Ewing has got all the moves on both sides of the key. You saw him on the right side operating there.
Here's a matchup right here. Tough cover.
The penetration and the dish. Here comes Mo Cheeks. Has Wilkins out on his left.
Nice. No better player in the league than Mo Cheeks out in the open floor for knowing when to keep his dribble or to give off the pass. He read that perfectly.
Everybody in the building thought he'd give that up to Wilkins, and he read it perfectly, as you say, and got the two, and the Knicks have the lead, 10-8. Kevin Johnson on the drive.
You know, Bob, in the early going, Mo Cheeks is doing a very good job on Kevin Johnson. I know he's got two. Now this is going to be a big decision for John McLeod. Will he come with Starks or let him go and say, I have confidence in you, you're not going to pick up your third? See, Kevin has not been able to get to the rim, and that's what John McLeod and the Knicks are trying to do tonight. Let's not allow K.J. Johnson to get in, get the layup, or dish off for the layup.
Kevin Johnson at the free throw line, and the two fouls on Maurice Cheeks, and you know, in 3 months ago we'd be seeing Mark Jackson here pretty early. But now John Starks has taken over the position as the backup point guard, even though he's more naturally a two guard, and Mark Jackson will probably not be in the game unless it's a blowout one way or another. 10-9 Knicks. Oakley was just plastered in the lane. The block by Lang is goaltending. They'll count that back.
I'd say the referees have got to be careful tonight, because this guy Lang can really block shots. He put together 2 games of 7 back-to-back here a week ago. See, that one was close. It was on the way down, but close.
Phoenix had 9 block shots against Charlotte last night. Chambers, the turnaround jumper doesn't fall. Ewing with a rebound.
See, that's there every time. Kiki is giving away too many inches to Chambers. I like the Knicks game so far, though. They're going strong.
And away from the perimeter. Rebound to Lang to Hornacek. 12-9, Knicks by 3. There's Cheeks, cut Johnson off again. Back to Johnson.
Good defense by Mo.
Now the switch, the roll. Lang misses the layup but draws the foul.
See, here's the difference. Anytime that West would be in the starting lineup, KJ would make his move. West will always go to the front of the rim, catch the pass, and dunk it. That's why he's leading the league in field goal percentage. Now Lang, Cotton is trying to blend him in here because of his shot blocking ability and his size. 7 foot, 250. Now he's been injured. He came off of a stress fracture. He missed all of training camp. And then he came back from that, and he was injured in a game at Chicago where he split his head open. So he's missed 16 games. But Cotton is trying to instill a lot of confidence in him. But what he must learn to do is move to the free area, so when he makes the catch, he can dunk the ball. He's had 2 catches tonight, Bob, and he's come up with no baskets.
Came out of Arkansas, defensive specialist Cotton jokingly says that Lang's wife, who's a player, knew more about offense than Andrew did coming out of college.
Well, she was an offensive star.
It's the Knicks by 1 with 7:16 to go in the first.
A new type of an offense. You only have 24 to go.
The motion offense the Knicks have gone to. It helps this gentleman a lot. We're talking about Gerald Wilkins, last week's NBA Player of the Week. Wilkins averaged nearly 24 points a game. This ball will belong to the Knicks with a new shot clock. 7:05 to go first quarter.
Now, Gerald Wilkins is blessed with an explosive first step.
Patrick Ewing holds up from 12 feet and misses. We have a loose ball foul as Kiki Vandeweghe comes away with the ball. You may wonder why. That's because he moved Chambers out of there.
See, Gerald is blessed with great open floor quickness. That's why a few years back when they pressed and trapped, he was so explosive. Now we're talking about a guy who was the last pick in the second round, came in here in his first 32 games as a rookie, played a small forward position because Bernard King was out and also Louis Orr was not signed, so he played small forward as a rookie and did a terrific job. He's averaged double figures every year that he has been in the league. He's blessed with great open floor quickness, and he can finish.
Chambers with 7 points early in this ball game. It's Vandeweghe, of course, on the personal, as I told you.
I really love this guy's game. You know, he's 6'10". You really don't know whether he's left-handed or right-handed because he goes either way. He loves to dunk with his left. He's been in 4 All-Star games, and he's playing this year with a bad lower back strain as well as a hamstring.
So the Suns regain the lead, 13-12. Knicks already in the free throw penalty, committing 5 fouls. Suns have committed only 1 team foul.
Nice pass.
Oakley will get the basket and the foul. Nice pass from Patrick Ewing, and that's something that happens with the motion game. More passing from the big man.
Yeah, the big guy is forced to hit the guys who are up. See, they run a lot. They've been running it all year. That was an excellent pass. See, but when you go big man, a lot of times it's better to throw a bounce pass. It gives them that extra 100th of a second to pick it up off the floor. But the main thing is that Ewing was not double teamed, and he was able to get the ball to Oakley.
That's Oakley's first miss of the night. He was 4 for 4 from the field. Misses the free throw on the Knicks' first move to the line tonight.
Well, in the early going, New York is playing excellent half-court defense. As a matter of fact, they're making Phoenix look like they're slow.
Mo Cheeks backs off Kevin Johnson to stop the drive. He hits the jumper. Now the turnover. Hornacek to Kevin. Dishes to McDaniel for the jam.
How do they say? Great choice. Great choice. Looked away, made the defensive player commit.
Vandeweghe has the baseline taken away by Tom Chambers.
You notice now, Ewing has not been double teamed yet. Now, Cotton Fitzsimmons is saying, I'm going to give Patrick his points because we do not want the other guys to get any free open jump shots or any layups going to the basket. Well, we'll see how long you can keep doing this.
On the low post to McDaniel, who traveled, turns the ball over. It is a 1-point Suns lead. 5:51 to go in the first quarter. Patrick has 6 points early.
Well, the X-Man was looking for Patrick that time, and what he wanted to do was give him a pump fake and get him up in the air because Ewing is known to go for the first pump fake. He'll commit.
Now they've got Ewing posted again down against Lang. Left shoulder to turn around, gets it inside to Oakley on the pass, but Oakley has to try to score over a double team. McDaniel can't handle it. Wilkins. Vandeweghe from the corner. The Knicks have regained the lead by 1.
That's the guy that Cotton does not want to get into a rhythm, and that is Kiki Vandeweghe from the perimeter.
Chambers, tough move to his left, shoots with that right hand, can't get it to drop. Cheeks doesn't catch that. My coffee is spilled. This is significant.
See, no double team again. See, he feels he can screw right over Lang.
And Lang had to push him that time. Lang is also thinking he can shoot over him also. And Lang a tremendous shot blocker. Some substitutions coming in. Here comes Kurt Rambis and Mark West into the game. This has become a big Phoenix basketball team.
Absolutely. With Lang and McDaniels, and now you come off the bench with Rambis and West, and you still have Joe B. Carroll, you know, in case of a pinch, a foul situation, injury. And then most important, Cotton is going to play Lang and Joe B. Carroll together and have Lang play big forward. That's how much confidence he has in the young man.
McDaniel sits down. He has 4 points, 1 personal foul. Lang also will take a rest with 2 points and 1 foul.
Yeah, Patrick is having an outstanding year. 6th in scoring. He's 5th in rebounding and also 3rd in block shots so far this year.
Knicks by 2, 4:55 to go first period, along with Hubie Brown, Bob Neal, with you from Madison Square Garden. Kevin Johnson with the quick drive to the hoop. He got past Cheeks that time. They had to foul him to stop it.
Yeah, but you see, I like the Knicks tonight. So far, they are not giving anything down in low. Now, you watch. This is a very tough move. Now, watch Ewing coming from the left. You see, you like that. You really like that because KJ, even though he feels he might beat Cheeks off the dribble, that was 3 for Cheeks. Okay? Now, naturally, you're getting the reaction of the crowd right now. They're bringing in John Starks. Now, that means that, you know, Jackson is not going to get his playing time. Now, why do they like this kid, John Starks? He's 6'5", he's 185, he's a tenacious defensive player. He's really a 2 guard, but with, you know, adequate ball handling ability. And John feels he's an energizer. He gives the team a real shot in the arm.
What a story he is. I know there's a lot more to talk about him. He's listed as being from Oklahoma State, but he had a real odyssey in collegiate ranks, came out of the CBA, and he's a real success story so far, even though he's still a limited time player.
Now, there was another good look by Ewing. The pass was on the money. Oakley keeps cutting through here with his hands at his sides. You know, if you're cutting and you're open, your hand should be up above your number, anticipating the pass.
It's tied at 19. A near turnover. Wilkins controls. Phoenix looking very much like a zone team at the moment. There's the double team. And there's the call. Illegal defense.
Well, it came from the other side of the floor. If your player is going to be out in the corner, you cannot be in the painted area unless you are going to go and double team. See, you see Keir Cotton is saying that right now. You can see him waving his hands. Look, if you're coming, will you please get over there?
That's a 2-point attempt by John Starks. Big board by Patrick Ewing. Dribbles it out of trouble, and they'll start it all over again. This is the motion offense now with the Knicks. Pick, the cut, the pass.
Plenty of time, 10 seconds.
Banned away from the corner from Starks. Ewing kept it alive, but Chambers, who had it stripped away, still controls. Tied at 19.
Knicks are doing an excellent job. No open fast breaks here. No open fast breaks for Phoenix. The big thing, no layups, and that's part of their game. Beating you down the floor.
And we're going to get a substitution. Brian Gwinnett comes into the ball game.
Now, this guy's another young fella along the same talents as Starks. Excellent defensive player, 6'8", was a terrific scorer at Washington State. He's in his 2nd year here now, and he's getting a lot of key playing time.
Starks with a penetration. He kicks it out to, of all people, Patrick Ewing, who now has 9 points to go with his 6 rebounds.
Well, Patrick showing us not only low post, but plenty of outside shooting.
As Johnson goes down, the pass to Wilkins. He's fouled out high by Kurt Rambis. We talk about John Starks, number 3.
Yeah, he's a tough kid off the dribble. See, remember now, he's 6'5". He's much bigger than Cheeks. Excellent foul that time by Rambis. Rambis is not going to give Wilkins a breakaway dunk. He's going to force Gerald to go to the foul line. And this is one part of the game that Gerald has really improved on. His first year, he only shot 55% on the line. He's only a 72% free throw shooter for his career. This year, 82. So you know that he's really worked on his game.
Free throws. Phoenix 9 out of 10 from the line. This will only be the 5th free throw attempt for New York. And if he makes it, it'll be 3 out of 5 for the Knicks early in this game. He does. It is. It's 23-19 with 3:22 remaining in the first quarter. Starks defending Kevin Johnson. Gwinnett's on Chambers.
They're opening up the floor now and letting KJ take him off the dribble.
Penetration, but Ewing was there to help out. Big board by Rambis, and they're going to get a jump ball. And by the way, Dan Marley is also in the game now for Phoenix.
See, that time Starks bellied up on KJ on the drive, forced him outside of the paint to make a difficult left-handed shot. And remember, Starks is 6'5" with long arms.
And of course, Ewing comes in to stop the layup. We'll be right back. Difficulty, as you saw on the last attempt. timeout concluded. 3:04 to go in the first quarter, and the Knicks lead it by 4. We have a jump ball.
Well, as you look down inside, there's 23 points for the Knicks, and 17 have come from Ewing and Oakley. They're definitely getting it done up front.
Rambus gets the tip for Phoenix. Rambus open for the jumper. Stark, the rebound. And the Knicks are running. The pass to Oakley. He's fouled on the drive.
Phoenix is calling they wanted an offensive foul where he cleared out the player on his way to the board. See, Cotton right now, you can see he's upset. He does not see any quickness. Now look, they played last night in Charlotte. No one played more than 28 minutes. They hammered Charlotte by 33. They had a charter. They flew in here. They were in their hotel by midnight. So it isn't because they are not well rested. They did not travel today.
I'll tell you what, this is my 5th Knicks game this year, and the Knicks are looking a lot different from the first time I saw them early in the season when Houston came in here and just handed them their heads. This is a more lively looking Knicks team this time out.
Well, it always comes from the defensive end of the floor, Bob. The defense, you know, it energizes you. It gets you some easy fast break baskets. But the most important thing now is they're not going to allow teams to shoot 49% against you, which the Knicks have done all year prior to this 5-game winning streak.
Knicks on a 10-2 run at the moment, leading it by 5 with 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Kevin Johnson again with the drive. This time he can score. Once again tough. He had to hit it over the outstretched arms of Ewing.
Hey, that was a prime time shot. Very difficult shot.
Wilkins drew a quick double team there he wasn't expecting in that passing game. 10 seconds to shoot. Wilkins will try it just inside the 3-line. Rebound Chambers.
See, a negative about the passing game is you must understand the clock. You do not want to be rifling up long shots when you still have 10 seconds left. Stay within the passing and the cutting.
West gets the basket inside. His first hoop of the night. He had been the starter at center.
Now, Bob, 23 points for Phoenix. That is the first easy field goal.
Oakley rifles it inside to Quinnett. Remember, he's 6'8". Back out to Oakley to start. Now starting it over again. Only 5 to shoot. Patrick on the drive. Lost the handle on the ball. Excellent defense by Phoenix that time.
See, it's going to be interesting if Cotton is going to go to double teaming Ewing. Up until now, we have not seen it. Patrick is saying to himself, you know what, this is like playing at practice with no one on me. All I'm doing is turning, I'm facing, everything is coming easy to me right now. Well, let's see how long Phoenix stays with this if Oakley and Ewing are going to continue to burn them down inside.
A couple of young stars of the future potentially in the game. Sabalos, number 23 for Phoenix, and Jarrod Mustaf into the ball game for the Knicks. Here's Marley from 19.
Well, Marley comes in shooting all the time and diving for loose balls and rebounding and everything else.
Chambers breaking up the long pass attempt. But let's talk a bit about Mustaf. First of all, if he was just playing his normal career, he'd be a junior at Maryland, now playing in the ACC. He's number 32.
It's a very young group that they have in there now.
That's Mustaf inside, missing, keeping it alive.
But they are big. Mustaf is at 6'10". Nice kick out.
And Oakley with another long-range bomb. He has 11, and he's 5 out of 6 tonight.
Well, you can see he's up for this one.
Starks was up in the face of Johnson, forcing the pass. Now Oakley playing Chambers. Tough drive, own rebound.
Anytime Chambers drives into the lane with his left hand, he loves that left-handed hook, and if you give him daylight, he dunks. And it's a quick, sudden dunk with that left hand.
Knicks by 1, 30 seconds plus remaining in the first quarter. You see in the lower right of your screen. Mustaf. Marley kept it alive to Kevin Johnson. Back to Marley. Tough basket by Marley.
See, I'm John McLeod. I want to charge right now. My guy definitely got run over. Starks was in front. He just ran right over Starks on the release of that shot.
15 seconds remaining in the quarter. Suns lead it by 1.
Yeah, you have to watch now on a down pick right here, curling Wilkins right there.
Got Marley airborne. Dishes it inside to Mustafa. He can't get it. Oakley, offensive board, couldn't get it to go down. And because of that, the Suns end the first quarter with a 1-point lead and a relatively low-scoring first quarter.
Yeah, but if you're John McLeod, you're happy. Your team is really pounding that offensive board with a lot of extra attempts. And it's all coming with the rebounding. The Knicks have 7 offensive rebounds. 15 for a game is a ton.
Suns lead it by 1. Opening moments of the second quarter. Brian Quinnett inside to Oakley. Back to Trent Tucker from long range. That's a 2.
See, that's what Cotton did not want to have happen. Vanderway with that first unit, or Tucker with the second unit, hitting the perimeter and then potentially moving out to the 3.
Miguel Knight also in the ballgame now for Phoenix. This is McDaniel from the baseline. The assist goes to Dan Marley.
McDaniel's very quiet. They must get him involved in this game. He's a prime time scorer here.
Now Marley up in the face of Tucker this time. Gerard Mustafa.
My big battle, Rambis and Oakley. Woof, are they smacking one another?
Almost stolen by Cedric Ceballos. He is not known as a defensive star. He's got an instant offense off the bench. Ceballos is for the Phoenix Suns. He had 20 points last night in 21 minutes in the 33-point win over Charlotte. Andrew Lang back into the game for Rambis.
See, they're going to hear this until the end of the year. We want Mark. It's every night.
Quinnett misses on the baseline, and here comes Phoenix. Up by 1. There you see a very quick first step going to his left from Cedric Ceballos. There's Mark Jackson on the bench.
You know, anytime that your own hometown, you grow up in Brooklyn, you play at St. John's, you know, you're an All-American, you come into the league, you're Rookie of the Year, you break Oscar Robertson's assist record, you play in the All-Star game, you have a terrific year, and then all of a sudden your career starts to slide. Well, naturally, there's a lot of guys in this building who want him in there. Now, unfortunately for Starks, he has got to blot it out and realize that this is an love affair with a lot of the people in his community for Mark Jackson.
An offensive foul away from the ball will be charged to Cedric Ceballos. Suns by 1. Tucker over the tight defense by Marley caused him to have to change the shot just enough to miss.
It's like we said, Bob, the key in the passing game is understanding shot selection. That's the toughest thing to teach, and you just don't get that right away.
Ceballos, excellent scorer. I told you, he had a point a minute last night.
Well, they love him. He did it in the summer leagues. You know, he did it in college. Everyone said he would never do it in the pros. He did it in the summer league, and then he's starting to do it here. And anytime you got a guy off the bench, they give you a point a minute, you've got to play him.
Starks slipped down on the baseline, but as he drove past, he was fouled by Miguel Knight. Now there's another player who's not exactly a household name either. Miguel Knight is a rookie from Dayton. He's number 32.
Well, they got him on the second round. He was an outstanding college player at Dayton. They picked him up on the second round. They were stunned that he was still available. They feel he has an outstanding future for the Suns. Look at this. See, one-on-one again.
Patrick making that move to the hoop. There's another block after the shot away from the ball by McDaniel, but counted as a goaltending.
Yeah, see,
basket was
that's frustration by McDaniel. He's trying to help out, but Lang, you'll see, Lang gets a piece of this shot in the early, right there. See, it didn't have a chance to go down.
There's McDaniel from Ceballos with his own board. Going for it again, but this time the Knicks come away with it. Look at Starks' speed.
4-on-1. Yes!
Patrick with the monster jam, but look at the speed from John Starks, who initiated that break.
That's a quick group in there where you have Starks, Quinnett, Vanderway, and Tucker.
Knicks regain the lead with an exclamation point. McDaniel battling tough inside. Knight tries the drive. Lang comes away with a loose ball in the lay-in.
Good defense, tough pass that time. Phoenix lucky and picking up that free ball. Now, as bad as Phoenix is playing, we don't like their tempo. They're really ugly a little bit tonight. They're still ahead by 1.
8 lead changes in this game. Brian Quinnett does not get it to fall, and we've got a foul against Phoenix. Here's that break. Look at Starks get out here early.
Yeah, you want your pre. Now watch where Ewing is when this ball goes out. Ewing is underneath here now. Now just watch this. Now, this is a smart guy with the basketball, appreciating your big man running the lane. Anytime that you got your thunder guy coming, give it to him.
Van der drive, goaltending against Lang.
No way, no way. On the way up. Cotton is pleading over on the sidelines. Not even close. Just watch this one. There it is right here. That's not even close. You got to understand that this young man is a great young shot blocker. You're going to hear from him for years.
Had 3 last night. Knight misses. Van der Way comes away with it. Starks to Gwinnett. To Ewing, who's positioned 14 feet away, and Patrick has 15 points, is 7 out of 9. The Knicks are up by 3.
See, the young kids understand their job. Starks and Gwinnett play good defense, hustle, rebound, take the charges. In the open floor, get the ball to the guys who can score.
Lang with a tough turnaround shot. Ewing has that shot. Lang doesn't. Ewing has the rebound also. Here's Gwinnett. This time he'll go to the hoop with the jump hook. Kept it alive, and it goes down. Credit the basket to Gwinnett. Ewing was up there too, but Bryan tipped it.
I tell you, he will surprise you how quick he is, Gwinnett, off the dribble.
Knicks by 5. Marley. Ceballos with the offensive board. Traveling. No basket. Knicks have the 5-point lead with 7:36 to go in the first half.
See, Ceballos, he's upset. Cotton's upset because he gave a head fake. He completely fooled the New York defender, stepped underneath and had a layup. Now in this game, the referees have really got to sharpen up here a little bit tonight because of the shot blocking potential in this game. And then number 2, the quickness of some of these people off the dribble. That was an outstanding head fake and quick move by Ceballos.
10-2 New York run. This is their second 10-2 run of this game.
See, Cotton's all upset because the official in the backcourt called a travel when 2 guys had a better look underneath and right opposite where he was.
And Cotton is giving the officials, Hugh Hollins, Tommy Nunez, and Hank Armstrong, a piece of his mind right now. We'll be right back to the Garden. The Knicks with the biggest lead of the game, 38-33, 7:31 to go in the first half. We talked about Cedric Ceballos getting the ball down low in the post and then the traveling call.
Now you're going to see when the ball comes out to him, watch how quick he makes that move. See, the rule is that as long as that ball is out of your hand, you can pick up your pivot foot. And that ball was out of his hand before he moved that left foot. But it happened so quick.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, Hubie and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. Patrick Ewing has been the Budweiser player of the game many times, making an early run here tonight with 15 points.
Now, the bench from the Knicks, they've done an excellent job. But then again, John McLeod kept Oakley and then replaced Oakley with Ewing with that group, you know, making them extremely dangerous.
Seeing a lot of players from both teams in this game, both coaches using the bench. Van der Way with a prayerful shot wasn't answered. Good pass from Kevin Johnson to Chambers. Dish to Hornacek. And it's a 3-point Knicks lead.
See, that time Chambers had a layup on the left, but he chose Hornacek for a jump shot. But guys have been known to say that that's like a layup also.
Trent Tucker. John Starks down to Ewing, defended by Mark West. Also a tremendous shot blocker. Not this time. Ewing has 17. If they don't double team Ewing, he's just going to have 40 tonight.
He's going to have a big night. He is catching him because the defender is playing him to come for the hook or for the fadeaway jump shot. He's catching them with that quick one-handed release.
Patrick has hit his last 6 shots. That was a tough entry pass from West. It belonged to the Knicks.
The half-court offense of Phoenix is they're trying to thread the needle on every pass, and it's not working because the Knicks are getting a piece of each pass.
Ewing. I'd like to have that pass over again, but Phoenix knocked it out of bounds. 10 on the shot clock.
Well, if you're going to make the pass, make the pass. You know, try to stay away from the one-handed trying to control the ball. You know, after Dr. J left, Connie Hawkins had already retired. They're the only two guys I've ever seen that could do that.
Ewing misses the turnaround on the baseline this time. Hornacek on the run. Chambers over Vanderway.
Knicks are doing an excellent job on Hornacek and on McDaniel. They are keeping both of them very quiet, up to date.
Chambers leads Phoenix in scoring. He has 12. Knicks up by 3.
In the passing game, you're looking for a gap. You're looking for a gap.
Trent Tucker traveled before the pass.
The trouble is, like we said, when you make the catch, you should be looking for the pass first, not make the catch and looking for your shot first. Look for the pass first because you have plenty of time on that clock.
Only 4 New York turnovers in this game. They lead it by 3. McDaniel cuts it to 1.
Well, he's their designated low post guy, and that's the reason why they went out and got Joe B. Carroll, because they wanted a guy at playoff time. Cotton will get him in shape by that time to be a low post designated shooter for them with the second unit.
Patrick Ewing isolated against West, got the bump, missed the shot. West with a rebound. Phoenix could take the lead. Incredible shot by Kevin Johnson. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. Phoenix has the lead by 1.
Well, he couldn't play it any better than Trent. That was a tough shot.
9 points, 5 assists for Kevin Johnson. 22nd timeout called by New York.
Now this is a point guard who can go with either hand. Now just watch how he delivers this shot. That's why you always try to tell young people, if you're going to be a point guard and you can beat people off the dribble, you must be able to score with your right hand. But then if you are dangerous, going to your left, staying inside of the painted area, if you can just make that little baby hook shot, you will be almost unstoppable.
Perhaps an all-star like Kevin Johnson. This program's authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited. 4:53 to go in the first half. Suns are up by 1. That's the 9th lead change. And Charles Oakley is back in the ballgame.
If you're looking for Mo Cheeks, remember he has 3 fouls. That's why they're staying with Starks.
Tucker being defended by Xavier McDaniel. They got a mismatch down inside.
Bad choice.
Oakley was down there being defended by Hornacek.
See, that's a bad choice by Vanderway. His defender was right on top of him. Oakley is down in the low post with Hornacek behind him. That ball must go down into Oakley.
Vanderway only 2 of 9 tonight, by the way.
See, that's a forced shot. Forced shots. You can get that shot with 1 or 2 seconds on the shot clock.
So Charles Oakley goes to the line.
See, everything is psychological in this game, Bob. When you got a guy like Oakley, who's the 4th leading rebounder in this league, Patrick Ewing is the 5th. When they're working hard on the boards, giving you a good effort at both ends of the floor defensively, well, anytime they get a mismatch down inside, you can't disappoint them. Give them the ball and let them do their thing, because many other nights it doesn't happen that way for them.
Oakley has 4 rebounds, 3 of them offensive boards tonight. That was his 13th point. Having a big game. The Knicks regain the lead. The 10th lead change, 4:32 to go in the half. Vanderway with the foul as he tries to step in front of Chambers, who had him posted.
Now, in the first 3 minutes of the game, we said, this is such a mismatch down inside. Vanderway on Chambers. They can get this every single time down the floor.
Hornacek just running himself ragged down on the baseline, trying to get loose. Finally, they clear it out. Nice penetration. The handoff to Mark West, who draws the foul.
See the difference between West and Lang? Lang would have moved out further. West went right to the front of the rim because Ewing went to help for the shot block. West created the passing lane. It's not the passer that makes the pass. It's the guy who's open who creates the passing lane. Now I can make it, sure, but you are forcing me to make that pass.
Mark West shoots the free throw. He's only a 69% shooter.
How about KJ Johnson wearing 41, Mark West's number in the All-Star game, saying that, hey, Mark West deserved to play in this game. Nice statement by KJ.
Yeah, there have been some talks about the Phoenix basketball team this year having dissension among the players and such, but after a 3.5-hour team meeting, this may be a team that's actually going to be getting better as they go down the road toward the playoffs. Vandeweghe on the drive draws the foul. He has 6 points.
You got to watch this now. Just watch. West didn't make the commitment. See, he didn't commit. As soon as Chambers switched on his man, he should have stepped out and not allowed Vandeweghe the scoop shot. Because if you know anything at all about Kiki, he'll get it off down inside that lane.
West has 2 personals now. Vandeweghe makes the 3-point conversion. Knicks back up by 3. They've led by as many as 5. Phoenix's biggest lead has been 3.
See, here it is now. They'll milk this for a little while.
Starks tried to come in for the double team, but it's too little too late.
Now, let me tell you, the guy sitting next to me with earphones on, technical guy just called walk. All right? And so did half the guard.
It's Madison Square Garden. Everybody's a referee. Ewing against West into the paint. Got a foul by West before the drive. If it was indeed on West, it was, and that's 3 on Mark West.
In that situation, you're better off fouling Patrick. The area was open. He's going to go in and score. This way, you're going to take him to the one facet of his game that is not all-star caliber, and that is his foul shooting. Patrick is struggling this year. He's only at 71%.
Knicks up by 2 now with 3:32 to go in the first half.
Keep an eye on Chambers and you make the call. Looked like a little Robert Parrish dance music in there.
But there's no call on that because that's Tom's move.
Oh, okay. I like that. You've been around this league, haven't you? A few turns.
It's his move. Chambers on the drive against Vandeweghe from the baseline. Vandeweghe gets the rebound. Tom Chambers has 14 points. He leads all Phoenix scorers. Oakley with a bad pass. It couldn't be controlled by Vandeweghe. Knicks up by 3. 3 minutes to go in the half.
That was a good look by Oakley, but he has a tendency to fire the ball too hard at times. It isn't that he's not seeing the floor. He sees guys, and he's a good passer, and he'll give it up to a guy if he has a better shot opportunity.
Andrew Lang comes in for West. West has 3 personals. Lang will inbound, number 28. Andrews out of Arkansas. He's a big one. I'm talking about really a lot of muscle on that body. 6'11", about 250. Pass to Kevin Chambers inside, and he hands it off to McDaniel. That was Chambers to Johnson to McDaniel. The bullet hook pass from Ewing to Starks.
John McLeod told us today Patrick is becoming a better passer in this motion, and he's getting 5 to 6 assists per ball game.
Knicks by 3. 10 to shoot. They posted Chambers this time against Wilkins. Then they doubled. Now 5 to shoot. Blocked by Ewing. Wilkins tried to hit Vandeweghe, and Ewing intercepted the pass. He says to Vandeweghe, my fault. 18 to shoot. It was knocked out of bounds by the Suns. Timeout, Phoenix, with 2:12 to go in the half, and the Knicks up by 3. Here are tonight's Nissan leaders. Hubie, you might call this the men's division of the NBA.
Well, you know, you're seeing the Knicks right there with Oakley and Ewing. Now, isn't this interesting that a team can have 2 guys in the top 5 and yet only have a 1 rebound edge for the season? Now, why? See, this is one of their weaknesses. Not tonight. They're doing a great job tonight. Now, Gerald Wilkins is the 3rd leading rebounder with 3, and Mark Jackson with 3. Where are the rest of these forwards, the backup centers? So you can see where this team gets hurt on their defensive board.
Knicks by 3. Wilkins with a slashing move to the hoop. Only Wilkins' first basket of the night. The first time we've really seen him make the slash to the hoop. The Suns have been holding him out of there. Kevin Johnson answers.
Well, you must get up on Kevin. You know, he's been going to the basket, but he is an outstanding perimeter shooter. He shoots over 50% from the floor.
Has 11.7 assists tonight. Wilkins against Hornacek. Good ball movement. Quinnett for three.
He can make them.
Long range bomb from Brian Quinnett out of Washington State. He's 6'8", too. Remember that.
He's 6 for 16. He's shooting like 35, 36%. That's high.
Starks almost had the steal. Marley answers. That was a 2. Marley has 4 points.
Weaknesses. Not tonight. You're doing a great job tonight. Now, Gerald Wilkins is the 3rd leading rebounder with 3, and Mark Jackson with 3. Where are the rest of these forwards, the backup centers? So you can see where this team gets hurt on their defensive board.
Knicks by 3. Wilkins with a slashing move to the hoop. Only Wilkins' first basket of the night. The first time we've really seen him make the slash to the hoop. The Suns have been holding him out of there. Kevin Johnson answers.
Well, you must get up on Kevin. You know, he's been going to the basket, but he is an outstanding perimeter shooter. He shoots over 50% from the floor.
Has 11.7 assists tonight. Wilkins against Hornacek. Good ball movement. Quinnett for three.
He can make them.
Long range bomb from Brian Quinnett out of Washington State. He's 6'8", too. Remember that.
He's 6 for 16. He's shooting like 35, 36%. That's high.
Starks almost had the steal. Marley answers. That was a 2. Marley has 4 points.
See, you can see Starks and Quinnett, they do not hurt them because they do a good job defensively. They only take wide open shots, and they don't beat you with little mistakes.
Patrick Ewing trying to find somebody to get the ball to.
This is a war down inside. McDaniel and Oakley, they've been clubbing one another, and then their substitutes do the same thing. Rambis does the same thing to Oakley. I tell you, Oakley's going to sleep well tonight.
McDaniel with the personal. Kenny Walker's going to check in for New York in just a moment. Sky Walker, former slam dunk champion, getting less playing time now as the youngsters are getting more of the playing time, and the John McLeod revitalized Knicks, you might call it.
Well, you know, Kenny Walker has the strained left knee, and then he also has a lower back problem. Plus, he was injured at that game in Barcelona, as a matter of fact, that TNT had on the airways early in the exhibition season, and he really has not been right physically since then. How about Oakley? 82% on the foul line. Now, there's another guy who's made a major improvement. Now, tonight, I know he's not shown it. He's 3 for 6, but over the year, he's doing a great job.
5-point Knicks lead. That matches the biggest lead they've had in this game. Under a minute to go in the half.
See, Hornacek and McDaniel are hardly in this ball game from an offensive standpoint.
Hornacek took his eye off the ball. So did Gerald Wilkins.
Don't get cute, Gerald.
Johnson gives it off to McDaniel, who draws the foul.
Now that was a 4-on-2 and an outstanding defense by Quinnett.
Halftime, only 41.2 seconds away. Our Prudential halftime report. We'll have scores and highlights. Big ball game in the Central Division of the NBA with the Bulls and the Bucks. And we'll also have highlights from the 76 Sixers and Spurs. And Dave Checketts, the new Knicks president, will join Hubie and I right here at our broadcast location to talk about the challenge he has in front of him with these New York Knicks. Dave Checketts, a youngster, only 35 years old. Been the president, general manager at Utah, and been the VP of development for the NBA before being tabbed as the new head guy for the New York Knicks after the firing of Beal.
Now, Xavier McDaniel comes to this ball club. His shot attempts, naturally, are less than he had at Seattle. But you expect that anytime that you come to a team that expects to be in the Western Conference Final. They have a lot of shooters, so you do not have to get as many shot attempts up. They love his banging around now, his body and his boards. He's their leading rebounder.
They're going to give Ewing a chance to get 2 more here. On the drive, he draws the foul from Lang. That'll be 2 on Lang, and with 27-7 remaining in the half, Tom Chambers gets back in for the final 30 seconds.
It's interesting to watch Andrew Lang tonight. He is challenging Ewing on the shot. He's not getting the call, which a lot of times shot blockers will get at home, but not on the road until they establish themselves in the league. Then they get that road non-call.
Patrick Ewing, a good example.
Absolutely.
That's 20 points. Speaking of Patrick Ewing, who's Cotton Fitzsimmons told us when we met with him earlier today that he wanted to not double Patrick Ewing. And you see what happens when that happens. But if Ewing gets a lot and the Suns come away with a victory, he'll be successful with that strategy.
Well, and Cotton anticipated this. He said he's going to score a lot of points. Right now they're holding. They're going to milk the clock. We have about a 3-second differential. Now, by doing this, KJ has the entire floor to beat his man.
It was John Starks, pull-up 18-footer. In and out of there. Rebound Ewing with 4 seconds.
Plenty of time.
From long range, Starks comes up short. Kenny Walker did not get the shot off in time, and the Knicks matched their biggest lead of the game, 57-52, a lead of 5 at halftime here at Madison Square Garden. We'll be back to Madison Square Garden, but after these messages, we'll join Ernie Johnson in Atlanta, where the New York Knicks have a 5-point 57-52 lead over the visiting Phoenix Suns. And Patrick Ewing was the man, but rebounding also a big part of the New York Knicks story.
The 12 offensive boards is the difference in the shot attempts and the fact that the Knicks are shooting, you know, a lower percentage than Phoenix right now. But Ewing and Oakley are having a monster game. When you look at what Ewing is putting up there for us right now, and along with the shot blocking and the intimidation, he's having an outstanding ball game. Now you'll see him coming over to help. See, they're getting good defense on Kevin Johnson so that he is not carving them up. And then at the other end in this offense, when they're hitting Patrick, with no double team, it's easy for him, see, to find the cutters. And Cotton's got to make a big decision here right now. Forget about the points that he's getting, but because you're not double teaming him, it's easier for him to give other guys layup attempts.
You saw Ewing hit Starks. Now watch Starks return the favor to the big man for running the floor.
Wow, this is always the appreciation. You always reward big guys so that they will continue to rebound, continue to pick up your man after your man beats you up to dribble, all right, and intimidate him either with a shot block or putting him into the stanchion.
Look at Charles Oakley. He has 14 points, many of those from the perimeter in particularly the first quarter. And a statistic that's glaringly evident to me, Jeff Hornacek averaging nearly 17 a game, only 1 of 3 from the floor, only 2 points in the first half.
That's been big, Bob. But you see the Knicks, they're staying right at home at him. Wilkins is staying right on top of him, not allowing him to get free.
Joe Barry Carroll starts at the center position for Phoenix to open this half. Ewing drives. Joe Barry Carroll causes him to miss. Shot clock to 19.
Hit him in the hands.
Turnover.
Right in the hands.
Kevin Johnson dishes to Chambers. Waved the basket off. The foul prior to the handoff. It's on Charles Oakley.
Now let's understand Joe Barry Carroll. Cotton is trying to get him into playing shape. Last night, 6 minutes in the first half, 8 minutes in the second. He doesn't have his legs yet. Remember, no practice for half of the season. So they like his passing, like right there. Cotton is very high on him. We know that he's been a scorer. He's averaged 17 points during his career, 9-year career.
Hornacek around Oakley. Then the pass to Joe Barry Carroll, who gets the jumper to fall. Notice it's pretty flat, but he did hit it here.
Yeah, Cotton says that he doesn't have the legs, so all the balls that he's shooting are off the front of the rim. But remember, we're talking about a guy, 9-year veteran. He's only 32 years of age. He's a good shot blocker and an excellent scorer.
Oakley gets the basket and draws the foul. Charles Oakley with 16 points.
This is Charles Oakley's night. He is 6 for 8 from the field, 4 for 7 from the line. He's got 5 boards. He is having a big one.
When Xavier McDaniel may get right back in his face. That was a matchup that we thought was very interesting at the beginning of the ball game. But of course, Marley has started here, along with Hornacek and Kevin Johnson. Really a 3-guard offense, if you will, with Joe Barry Carroll and Chambers. So Oakley should have room to work.
The reason why Xavier McDaniels is out of there, he has a little tendonitis in the knee.
Kevin Johnson pulls up, hits it over Mo Cheeks, who had limited playing time in the first half. Mo Cheeks is carrying 3 personals.
He's got to get his legs. He sat out for an entire quarter. Plus, let's face it, Kevin is a great player because he's got the total package offensively.
Kevin Johnson tried to save it to Carroll, but Joe Barry Carroll knocked him out of bounds. Kevin's with a grimace on his face. I think he's all right. Knicks by 3, 10:24 to go. Opening moments, third quarter. Bob Neal, Hubie Brown with you from Madison Square Garden in New York City.
This has been a good standout. Hornacek and Wilkins both having subpar games, but working hard.
Joe Barry Carroll right in the face of Ewing, probably an ill-advised shot attempt. Hard drive to the hole by Chambers. It doesn't fall.
It's that left hand again.
Now Vandeweghe with the penetration. Oakley took it away from Joe Barry Carroll. Out of bounds. It will belong to Phoenix. Make that New York.
Kiki Vandeweghe is really struggling. He's 3 for 11 from the field. John McLeod is calling a time right now, and it's good because he just doesn't like the way they're forcing things, and I don't mean just shots, I also mean the pass. We'd like to show you why a coach calls a quick timeout at the beginning of a quarter. Now you're going to see Kiki Vandeweghe forcing a shot. It's a very, very bad shot attempt. Now watch Oakley now force a pass, and he hits Joe B. Carroll right in the head. Now it isn't that Vandeweghe wasn't open. That's what we talked about in the second quarter. Oakley will try to get the ball to the free guy. Now what they're trying to do here is get Vandeweghe on track, but take better shots and let the offense flow. You're shooting too quick, Kiki. We still have 16, 18 seconds on the shot clock.
20 seconds on the shot clock with the Knicks possession. Quickly down to Ewing. He gets past Carroll, gets the lay-in, draws the foul.
See, that's an experienced postman. He's been throwing all off the wrong foot shots, fadeaway jump shots. Now look, see, he's pulling all the way. And you can see he caught Joe B. Carroll at time, thinking that he might fade away on that for that fall-away jump shot that he has on the baseline.
62-56, Knicks' biggest lead of the game. 24 points, 9 rebounds for Ewing. Down to Joe Barry Carroll. His jump hook doesn't fall. Rebound Ewing, that's 10. Carroll invites the jump shot from Patrick. Rebound Marley. Hornacek, only 1 of 3 in the first half, kicks it to Kevin Johnson for the open jumper.
That's where they're at their best. Both guards are very capable of dribbling with either hand, taking you down inside. You come back to try to help out defensively. They kick it out and they shoot it on you.
Offensive foul.
Oh my.
And we've got a technical foul to Patrick Ewing.
They caught Ewing moving to set a pick, and then he answered the referee with the call. Now naturally, if he said the magic word, it's automatic, but it wasn't a long tirade, and he didn't try to show him up, you see, and he's trying to express that right now. Now if you say oh boy, now we're talking Hornacek, the number 2 foul shooter in this league, at 91% misses a technical.
Hornacek walked up there and took that as though it was a jump shot. He never even stopped when he got to the line. It reminds me of my golf tee shot sometimes with about the same results. 62-58 Knicks, 8:43 to go in the third. Kevin Johnson open for the jumper again.
He's on
That's a 2-point Knicks lead.
He's on fire now.
7 out of 11 tonight is Kevin Johnson.
And what you really like about it is, see, he's intelligent now. He tried everything off the drive. Now he's opening you up by going perimeter. That will open up the drive.
Mo Cheeks with a really good pass inside to Hornacek, and that comes up with the foul call. It's going to be on Kevin Johnson, and it's his second.
Well, Kevin is explaining to Cotton he was down in the area and he went for the double team. He thought that he had ball but in a crowded situation, if they didn't call it on him, they would have called it on someone else, because Oakley was definitely fouled.
Oakley only 5 of 9 from the line tonight, but he has 17 points. As you see, that's 6 above his average. It's been Oakley and Ewing in terms of the points. That's 42 points between them of the Knicks 64. And the Knicks have the 4-point lead with 8:21 to go in the third. Xavier Carroll.
When they played in Phoenix and Phoenix won the game, they did not break it open until the last quarter.
Offensive call as JBC dipped that left shoulder.
Patrick will step in front and take the charge. He will do it not only on his own man, but he'll also do it with dribblers coming down the lane.
Carroll has had 2 consecutive 6 minutes playing stretches as Cotton's trying to get him to play himself into shape as they head toward the playoffs. Wilkins from long range.
During this stretch of 5 wins where he's averaging over 20 points a game, Gerald has been very, very good hitting the outside perimeter jump shot.
Only 2 field goals in this game tonight for Gerald Wilkins. He has 6 points. Bullet pass inside to Chambers. Gets his own board after the miss, then missed it again.
See, the thing that the Knicks have got to do is to continue to hold Phoenix to 1 shot. Now, if Oakley and Ewing do not get the rebound, where are the other 3 white shirts? They've got to get back in there and help out on the boards.
Marley thought about the 3 for a moment. Now Carroll again against Ewing. Another good pass inside, but it was lost by Marley. To Wilkins, to Ewing, to Cheeks. "13-footer from Gerald as he beat Hornacek off the dribble.
You cannot gamble like Hornacek just tried to do with Gerald Wilkins, because once he takes that 1 dribble and the big step, he covers an awful lot of ground, and he is one of the few shooters in this league that can shoot in the lane totally off balance.
Halfway through the third quarter, the Knicks have built their biggest lead of the game, 68-60. The scoring has come from Oakley and Ewing.
The key is the defense. They have the Phoenix Suns sitting on 60 points right now, Bob, and no second shots. Very, very few second shot attempts. You like their quickness in the lane. Now, we're talking about offensive boards. It's the difference in this game. New York with 15 and Phoenix with only 6.
Kevin Johnson, Marley, and Hornacek continue as a 3-guard backcourt with Chambers and Carroll up front. Kevin Johnson's drive was stopped on a nice move by Charles Oakley. Shot clock down to 8. There's that shot hitting the front of the rim, the flat jumper from Carroll. Lob to Ewing, who missed the jam. And then he had to commit the foul because Xavier Carroll had the rebound. Ewing now with 3 personals.
He's upset. You know, he knew that he had the jam, and you're going to see it right. This is always dangerous. You see that? You're talking about your main man, and you're throwing a lob in traffic. Every time I see that, your heart just drops on you.
Chambers on the power move to the hoop. We don't see that as much from Tom Chambers as we did in years past.
I think it has to do with that hamstring problem that he had, along with the lower back, Bob. He's not exploding like he used to.
Knicks by 6. Cheeks on the drive. Foul on Kevin Johnson.
I tell you, you go to the basket tonight off the dribble, you're going to get the call. You know, both teams shot 14 foul shots at halftime. So they're giving the calls. Any bumping at all. Now, Kevin Johnson was a little upset that time because he thought that he stripped him. But that was an excellent call.
Kevin Johnson with 3 personals now as Cheeks goes to the line. Has only 3 points in this ball game. Cheeks an 80% free throw shooter.
Mo Cheeks, 2nd-round draft choice out of West Texas State. 4 times an All-Star, 5 times All-Defense in this league. Here the Knicks giving you full court pressure. It's not a zone trap. It's man-to-man.
Knicks up by 8, 6:13 to go in the third. Chambers thinks about the 3-pointer. Marley for 2. Vandeweghe playing very soft defense on him that time, and Marley made him pay.
Well, if I'm playing Marley, I want him to prove to me that he can make the outside shot tonight, especially, you know, if he's cold.
Wilkins pulls up over Hornacek. The Knicks' transition defense has been good tonight. Not a lot of fast break points by Phoenix.
Yep, John McLeod said that's one of his primary things tonight.
Hornacek for three. Yes, he gets it.
See, they'll wait, and they'll wait, and they'll wait. Hornacek will never force, and then as soon as you make a mistake, it's up and in. Last year, the leading guard shooter in the league, 54%. This year, he's having a bad year. He's only shooting 52.
My heart bleeds. The double team on Wilkins, 7 to shoot for New York. Cheeks knows it and fires. Rebound Kevin Johnson. The Knicks' 8-point lead has been cut to 3 and could be cut further here. Chambers to Hornacek, who rimmed it in and out.
Excellent pitch out that time by Oakley.
Wilkins with a good pass to Ewing.
Patrick's jump shot is so soft. If it's not true, just grabs the rim, you got a good chance because of the beautiful backspin.
Oakley playing tight on Chambers. Now Carroll against Ewing. The jump hook by Joe Barry Carroll. He has 4.
Yeah, the guy can do it. Averaged 17-9 over his 9 years and always a high field goal shooter. It's just in the last couple of years of his career, he works hard, but the shots have been laying on the front of the rim.
Ewing with a tough move, but good D by Carroll on that play.
He was right up in there.
Phoenix trying to cut into the 3-point lead on this possession. Chambers kicks it out to Marley, who takes it right to the hoop, hands it off to Chambers. That wasn't pretty, but it's worth 2.
Yeah, well, the Knicks are all upset. John McLeod wants a 20 right now. Patrick Ewing got taken right out of that play. After Marley made the pass off, he looked like he was a pulling guard in the old Green Bay Packer Vince Lombardi. He took Patrick Ewing out with a nice cross-body check.
Suns on a 9-2 run. That's what drew the 20-second timeout call by John McLeod. It's time for tonight's GMC Truck Scoreboard. Action around the NBA. Look at that high-scoring game down in Atlanta. The Hawks winning again at home.
Boy, they're murdered down there.
They could be a dark horse come playoff time also. Indiana, Chuck Person got injured in that game, by the way.
Yes, and he's at the hospital right now. Let's hope that it is not a serious injury.
Miami leading the Clippers by 10. Minnesota out in front of the Lakers in the 3rd quarter in a very low-scoring game. Chicago leading Milwaukee, big Central Division battle, and New Jersey out in front of Houston down in Texas.
Oh, and New Jersey lost the heartbreaker at the buzzer last night. A foul, Rolando Blackman going to the line making 2 for a big win for Dallas.
Knicks lead it by 1. They had been up by 8. 3:50 to go in the 3rd. Oakley to Cheeks. Ball kicked out of bounds.
See, this is an example of while you're playing and you're being brought to the dance, shocking everybody, please don't go away from what got you to the dance. Oakley and Ewing down inside, one-on-one basketball. Eliminate all this perimeter stuff. You can get that at any time.
The ball was kicked, so there's a new 24-second clock. That's what the officials are telling the scorers table. With 3:43 to go in the 3rd quarter. You see Cotton Fitzsimmons there, Natalie attired in his sports double-breasted blazer. He should have kept on what he had pre-game. He looked a little like Atlanta Falcons' Jerry Glanville, all in black cowboy boots. Menacing. Oakley with the pass inside. He drew the foul, but wouldn't get the layup to fall.
The Oak man is really attacking the hole tonight. He's showing you some moves. Now, you know, usually he can get down inside and miss many easy shots underneath the basket. So you're better off not fouling him, make him make the shots.
As you saw, he missed that one, even though he was fouled. 18.6 rebounds, 7 of 11 from the free throw line tonight. And McDaniel has checked back into the game for Phoenix. McDaniel will probably be playing Oakley. That matchup in terms of the pounding, physical pounding, really hasn't materialized tonight.
Well, it has been a one-way battle all night.
Oakley started by scoring from the perimeter, which may have changed the timbre of that a bit. Knicks up by 3. Hornacek on a very difficult drive. Marley follows. New York foul.
Now this is interesting. Eddie Lee Wilkins is coming in the game right now, and he has not been substituting for Ewing in a long time. Here's your foul. Now you're going to see the shot. Once the shot goes up, now watch how Marley comes in here now. Now the people are all upset. See, they're saying, why? Why are you bringing Eddie Wilkins? He hasn't played in quite a few games. This young man, you know, for a guy who was a 6th-round draft pick, he came in. He doesn't have a lot of assists, but he can score and score big for you quickly in short bursts. So that's what I think they are looking for right now.
And we might mention also that John McLeod has been using Gerard Mustaf at the center position, but he's somewhat injured tonight.
Absolutely. A good point, Bob. It's that tendonitis in the left knee, and John didn't even think that he was going to use him. That's why it was surprising to see him play 3 minutes in that first half.
Yeah, he looked like he was tender then.
Yes.
2-point Knicks lead with 3:21 to go in the third. Brian Quinnett, number 23, also in for New York. Good pass down to Quinnett. The jump hook doesn't fall. Foul's going to be on Phoenix.
Yeah, I'm disappointed tonight if I'm coaching Phoenix, because my team is getting hammered on our defensive board. The Knicks, who are not a great offensive rebounding team, they only average 13 a year, are getting 2 and 3 shots anytime a guy misses a close in short hook shot or close baby jump shot.
5 team fouls on Phoenix, only 3 for New York, so they have a foul to give here with 3:10 remaining in the quarter.
Aren't you glad that I said that Oakley shooting 82% from the foul line? Right? I think we jinxed him tonight.
He's 8 of 13. And rattles that one home. 3-point Knicks lead. They led by as many as 8. Ewing and Oakley, the only Knicks players in double figures scoring in this game. Johnson with the pick and roll from Lang. They open it up for Kevin's jumper. Not this time. Rebound Lang. The jump hook. Even then, he didn't take it straight.
No, he didn't. That's right. He went away from the basket. That will come with time. He really hasn't played a lot of minutes in his 2 years, and they're just hoping to give him that because he is a big body.
Oakley tried to drive, lost it. Bad pass from Kevin Johnson. He had wanted to lead Marley.
Never in the middle
transition
of the floor.
Defense again. Knicks were back. 2 men back quickly.
Never in the middle of the floor, especially on the same plane.
Wilkins missing. Rebound Lang. John McLeod said he preaches and preaches and preaches. Back on defense. On the
does every drill that they have.
They're doing it here tonight. Pass inside to Chamberlain. He's fouled by Eddie Lee Wilkins. Has a nice job of delivering the ball from Kevin Johnson.
Yeah, what was nice about that, on the opposite side of the floor, Chambers ran without the ball. Now you're going to see him come into your picture right down. You see he came right down the middle. Eddie Lee Wilkins left his man to come over to help out on that. See, Quinnett was still standing at the top of the circle looking for Chambers.
You can find him at the free throw line now. Tom has 18.
It's nice to see him rewarded for his play. The last 2 years he's been on the 2nd team All-NBA. Now that is really quite a tribute because you're now talking about the 4 top forwards in this league.
Gets one of his 2 to fall tonight. 16,420 here. I expected a sellout, but as you pointed out, being the experienced Garden watcher, you just check the green seats to know.
Yeah, and Phoenix is not a big draw here. I don't know why, because they're an outstanding team. Never have been.
Cheeks with a tough drive. He draws the foul, doesn't get the ball to fall. Next Sunday, by the way, Hubie and I will be about as far away from New York as you can get in the continental United States. But we have a big one. Celtics Blazers. Bird, Drexler and company at 10 o'clock Eastern time on Sunday night as an NBA Extra on TNT.
Oh, that was a great game this past Sunday where Portland, just put it to them in the last 4 minutes of that ball game. Played outstanding. And it was too bad that Shaw sprained his ankle early in that first quarter. But I thought D. Brown came in and did a nice job.
Shaw's on the 10-day injured list. They don't know exactly when he will return. Maybe he'll be back for that game. We'll see. Although I'm not really sure about it. You see them arguing about where they've got to line up. They wanted to swap.
Yeah, well, Lang is not going to allow Oakley to go to the other side. He's going to keep following Oakley around. His job is to put some muscle on Charles.
Well, let's watch this. Oh, that's some muscle that didn't matter anyway as Cheek sinks it. 2-point Knicks lead.
Well, wasn't it interesting how Xavier McDaniel snuck in there, so they had a 2-on-1? All right, the crowd is getting with this group. They need a couple of stops.
Chambers fouled by Quinnett on the drive. Now, Chambers is 6'10". Quinnett is 6'8". All these guys are so big and so fast. Sometimes you have to remind folks how big both of those guys are.
Yeah, well, they make it look so easy, especially Tommy, because he goes so well with either hand. So you have to see Quinnett anticipated Tommy going to his left because most of his drives tonight have been with his left hand.
John Starks entering the ball game for Mo Cheeks. Starks came in and did a terrific job early in the game when Cheeks picked up 3 quick fouls.
See, the people can be as restless as they want. If Starks just continues to play the way he has been, they can't say a word. He's playing excellent basketball.
Chambers ties it at 77 each. 1:34 to go, third quarter. On the drive and then the dish to Wilkins. Big basket. Both of them roll to the hoop at the same time.
See, that's what Eddie Lee can do. He's a scorer. He's not an assist guy. He'll get in there and bang around. Now, when I say this guy was a 6th-round draft pick for us, you got to understand his opening night in the Garden, 24 points, 10 rebounds. 2 days later, and we beat Detroit. In his rookie year, I'll never forget it. The Garden was chanting. He said it was a dream of a lifetime. Think about it. Gardner-Webb, 6th-round draft pick. Never thought he'd be in the NBA.
Knicks up by 3. Evan Johnson kicks it to Chambers. 4-3.
Come on, Quinnett. Bad mistake.
Now, Quinnett has been playing good defense, but he's really struggling here with Chambers tonight.
Yeah, well, a lot of guys have struggled with Chambers, all right? But you must play Chambers for the 3. He'll lull you to sleep.
Wilkins, he'll take the long shot. That rebound was stolen by Quinnett over McDaniel.
Open up the floor, pass the basketball, and get your motion going here.
Tied at 80, under 40 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
There you go. You got a nice clear out here.
10 to shoot. Starks from 18. Lang, big rebound. Phoenix can take the lead. Marley, nice hesitation move in the lane.
That was beautiful. The old story, anytime a guy's dribbling on you, you must get him to pick up his dribble or take a jumper. Do not go away from him and allow him to take you to the rim.
10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Suns up by 2. First time they've led since 5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
It's a clear out.
Wilkins doesn't get it. Rebound McDaniel. And the Suns, who had trailed in this quarter by 8, come back and erase the 8-point deficit and now lead it by 2 going into the final 12 minutes from Madison Square Garden. Bob Neal and Hubie Brown with you from Madison Square Garden. 14 lead changes in this game. Phoenix has regained the lead, 80-80. The Knicks came in here on a 5-game winning streak, struggling to win at home this year, winning better on the road, but thinking they might be able to get Phoenix tonight.
Well, you have to be able to beat the teams over 500 if you think that you can contend at playoff time. And John McLeod said he feels that they're going to have a strong finish, and all you got to do is get into the playoffs, because then if you get the right matchups, anything can happen. It happened for him in Phoenix.
Phoenix played last night, got a 33-point win over Charlotte at Charlotte. They came in here, looked kind of flat at the beginning of the ball game, but had a real burst toward the end of the third.
Knicks had a very tough shooting percentage, 30% in that third quarter. That's why they lost the lead.
4 seconds to shoot. McDaniel from Marley. That's a big hoop for Phoenix.
You remember we said, though, the first time they played, the game was the same exact way as this. But I think that the Knicks are giving you a better overall effort at both ends of the floor.
Ewing taking it strong to the hoop over Andrew Lang, and Patrick has 20.
Watch out down there. Yeah, Lang just laid a forearm shoulder on Oakley.
Well, that's a heavyweight fight if it breaks out.
Is it ever?
Marley against Starks. Lang back to Marley, 7 to shoot. Chambers for 3. Here comes Starks. Starks and Trent Tucker are the New York guards. Into Patrick Ewing. Good delivery, but Lang came out on him. Made him change the shot. May have got a piece of it.
That's a good place for Patrick, though, right in the lane.
Kevin Johnson was feeling at that time. He could see that his dribble had been stopped only about 12 feet away.
His second half from the perimeter, outstanding.
19 points, 10 assists in the game for Kevin Johnson. Suns by 4, 10:21 remaining.
2-man. Tucker and Ewing.
Lang in tight on Ewing. He gets the basket and draws the foul. Lang got him on the arm.
Well, you cannot play him any tougher than that. Lang was right up on the shot. He got the hand up, get a piece of the ball, and also catches Patrick right on the arm. Now just watch it as he turns. He gets right up on him, and Patrick still puts it down.
Ewing has 30 as he goes to the line. Suns up by 2. Oakley's going to get a rest, and Sky Walker is in for the Knicks right now. Patrick doesn't convert the 3. Suns by 2.
Kenny Walker on McDaniel. Now this is a guy who's not afraid to put his body on a very tough player.
Kevin Johnson got past Starks, got inside for the lay-in, and then drew the foul. If that's on Ewing, it'll be 5. It is, and it's 5 fouls on Ewing with a lot of time left.
Now keep an eye on this. See, you got the shot block. All right, now the people are saying the reason why you're getting the booing is that where was the body contact? But what happened there is as he blocked the shot, the leg was behind him. He was off balance and he was almost parallel to the ground. The leg came across Ewing. That's where the body contact was.
They're going to have to get Eddie Lee Wilkins back into the game. Remember, Gerard Mustaf, who's been playing in there at the backup center position some, is injured tonight.
Now take a look at this and watch the back leg there. You see, that's where you got your body contact.
So Ewing sits down with 5 personals, 9:58 to go in the game. And this could make it a tough road for the Knicks, who now trail by 4.
The main thing now is you go to your strengths. Oh boy, come on there. That was an easy pass. Quinnett tried to field it with one hand. You never do that by the out of bounds line. And then they were intimidated by KJ trying to make the steal.
Quinnett is going to sit down. Wilkins and Tucker, Eddie Lee Wilkins and Gerald. Sky Walker also on the floor.
Yeah, see, they play Wilkins or Tucker up front now. They go with this lineup a lot because they need some scoring.
Marley from the baseline. Rebound to Trent Tucker to Starks. Back quickly come the Knicks. Wilkins, good pass to Eddie Lee Wilkins, moves it back to Trent Tucker. Eddie Lee Wilkins posted against Lang, 10 to shoot for the Knicks.
Plenty of time here.
Good defense by Hornacek that time on Trent Tucker.
3 on 2.
McDaniel has it batted away by Gerald Wilkins.
That was very pretty. Gerald Wilkins is having a great floor game. No points, but he's got steals. He's got 3 steals. He's got a couple of block shots, and he has 6 assists. He's having a terrific all-around game. He's making a heavy contribution, and he's not scoring. That's a tribute to him. That is a great block.
Trent Tucker was called for that foul. 2 team fouls on the Knicks, only 1 on the Suns with 9:03 to go in the game, and the Suns up by 4. Foul away from the ball.
See, that time Hornacek set a back screen on Kenny Walker. He turned around and hit Hornacek with a forearm. You can't do that. You get back picked. 2 guys have got to talk, and you usually switch in that situation. Now, right now, the Knicks are very small, Bob. Very small team on the floor.
Kevin Johnson pulls up from 19. His perimeter game in the second half has been incredible. 23 points, 10 assists for Kevin Johnson, and we have a timeout, New York.
Smart call by John McLeod. He wants to cut it off, regroup, and then get a good shot opportunity.
Well, the Suns were down by 5 at the half. Now they lead by 6, and here's one of the reasons why.
Oh, the shooting percentage is just killing them in the second half. Everything is to perimeter, plus they have had a rash of turnovers also to compound their problem.
So the New York Knicks having trouble winning at home. They're 14-14 on the road, only 13-17 here at the Garden. Starks trying to penetrate inside, has to give it up to Wilkins. Tough drive inside, as you pointed out so well, from the youngster from Gardner.
He's got multiple shots down inside. And you know what? He came off the same knee surgery that Bernard King did, and nobody ever talks about it. The young man has made a remarkable recovery also. He never was an all-star, but at least he's back playing in the league.
Hornacek shoots over Trent Tucker. Got a loose ball foul, and it's going to be on Kenny Walker.
See, that's what happens when you have a small unit. Kenny Walker has not had a lot of minutes. He's out of game shape. And then all McDaniels did was pin him and then beat him to the board.
Oakley comes back in for Kenny Walker. Chambers is going to return to the game for Phoenix, and McDaniels will rest. So it's Chambers and West, along with Marley, Kevin Johnson, and Hornacek. Hornacek, by the way, only 2 of 7 shooting.
Yeah, but that 2 was a big 3.
Kevin Johnson to Hornacek. Back to Kevin. Suns up by 4.
High
Chambers
pick and roll.
open.
Yeah, they run that to depth in the 2 previous years.
Usually money in the bank. Wilkins trying to get something in the paint. It will belong to New York with a new shot clock, trailing it by 4. 7:39 to go in the game.
See, with the nobody posting up, Gerald Wilkins now becomes so dangerous because he'll work his man and then get him down into that lane area.
He's got a tenacious defender on him in the person of Dan Marley. Trent Tucker now defended by Hornacek. Somebody should be open. It's Eddie Lee Wilkins. This is the jumper, Kevin Johnson. The lob to Chambers was intercepted. Here comes Starks, battling for control of the ball. Trent open for 3. Now the Knicks missing that perimeter game, as you pointed out a moment ago.
But they're getting back. See, they're still not giving Phoenix anything easy. Look at this hustle.
What a play by Starks!
Yes. That will change the building around. I'm happy for that young man because he's really staying within the game plan, working very hard defensively, and he made that happen. That was all sheer hustle.
4 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds for Starks. The Knicks cut that Suns lead to 2 with 6:47 to go in the ball game. John Starks with a big heads-up play.
Now, just appreciate hustle. See, this is what John McLeod is looking for in him. Chambers goes after this lackadaisical. There's your steal, and he just outrushes him to the glass. He's a very good scorer. Now, here's a guy who was not drafted out of college. He was in 4 different colleges, got out of Oklahoma State, did not get drafted, went to a free agent camp with Golden State, gets cut, goes to the CBA, makes the All-Star team, averages 21 points a game, comes to the Knicks as a free agent, beats out a guy by the name of Grant, who was here with a no cut and has now made it. Now, why it's such a great story. And also, He only played 1 year of high school basketball at his high school. He played in his junior year in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The people, the way that New York takes the guys who have to struggle, they should be really pulling for this kid to do a good job.
It'd be hard not to get on his bandwagon. Right now, the Knicks fans just noticing that Mark Jackson is not playing. Suns up by 2. Kevin Johnson with a very difficult shot that doesn't fall. Cheeks back in there for New York, along with Starks.
You know, you got 6 and change. You're only down 2. Patrick is resting. He'll be the big time. When does McLeod bring him back?
He has 5 fouls. Starks fakes the 3, takes the shorter jumper and hits it. The last 2 Knicks basket by Starks. It's tied.
This building does change quickly, doesn't it?
Now I don't hear any. Bring us Mark. Bring us Mark. Here's tonight's Dutch boy in the paint as you look at Cotton Fitzsimmons. The in the paint has been a significant story, particularly the rebounding tonight.
The Knicks are over the limit now, and the major advantage right now is with the Suns, who have only committed 1 foul for this quarter.
6:08 remaining. There you go. See the in the paint stats again. Oakley, the master of the paint, back in the game. Suns with the 2-point lead.
Right now the key is spacing.
Starks taking it to the hoop very hard. Chambers was down there to play some tough defense. It went off the bottom of the rim.
Went off the bottom of the board. That's an out of bounds. It's a violation. And you know what I liked about that? Yuhan's on the baseline. Wasn't sure. Looked over to Tommy Nunez on the wing, and they confirmed the call, and it was the right call.
Knicks have 7 seconds to shoot. Eddie Lee Wilkins takes about a half a second.
Well, you would like to have seen him put it on the floor and taken it into the lane rather than a fall away.
Kevin Johnson with the penetration. Dishes to Chambers. Chambers pays a heavy price, and now Patrick Ewing is going to re-enter the game with 5 personal fouls. Suns up by 2.
All right, now you're John McLeod. You're over there and you're saying to yourself, right now, if Patrick goes out, the key to this game is going to be my next move. So he's thinking right now what he's going to do in case Patrick should foul out of this ball game.
Remember, Gerard Mustafa, who's been playing in there a lot, has tendonitis and probably can't play again in this game tonight. And after that, you don't have much in terms of the center except Eddie Lee Wilkins. Suns by 4, and Chambers has 26 points to go with 10 rebounds. Big game tonight. Had only 8 last night.
Kind of quiet. A quiet 26.
Yes.
You know, not really spectacular.
And Chambers with a push on Oakley that time, and he was caught big time.
Think about the first quarter. Oakley was posting up below the dotted line in the lane. Now watch what happens. See, Chambers is saying, hey, the game's on the line now, Oak. I'm horsing you out to that foul line.
You're going to post up 15 feet away. Now here is Patrick Ewing.
Great.
He gets West in the air and scores quickly.
See, Patrick has so many moves. You've got to play him for the jump hook. You've got to play him for the fadeaway jump shot. And if he ever shows you ball and steps under, you're in trouble.
If that's on Ewing, he's out of there. He stepped up there on the double team. Let's wait and see. It may not have been on Ewing. It's on Charles Oakley. Everybody holding their breath, including John McLeod here. Oakley now with 5 personal fouls for the Knicks. Both the big men who have led the way in scoring for John McLeod have foul trouble with 5:09 to go.
Now, when you think about the Knick effort tonight, at the end of 3 quarters, only 2 guys in double figures. Cotton Fitzsimmons' game plan. Let Ewing do his thing. You do not think that Oakley's going to get him, but you've stopped Vanderway and Wilkins, and that you've kind of held them down. Now let's watch what we have here.
Now where is Oakley?
Yeah, now where is the foul here?
That's the discussion. See, they thought that Marley would go to the line. Now Chambers is at the line, and the officials have themselves in a bit of a bind here over who got fouled.
Well, the reason why I held off, see, Marley was pulled to the floor down in the right-hand corner.
And that was the foul.
That's right. It wasn't even close to this play.
Because if Chambers goes to the line, then Ewing is out of the game. So it is Marley who hits the free throw. 3-point Suns lead.
Marley having a great year. You know, 13 points off the bench. Cotton is pushing him for Sixth Man of the Year award because he does so many of the intangibles, the defense, the rebounding, the loose balls, the total all-around Sixth Man that you're looking for.
Starks being defensed by Hornacek. Wilkins against Marley. Looking for Ewing down there against West. 7 to shoot.
Keep cutting.
Doesn't fall for Ewing. Out comes Hornacek. Stolen by Starks.
Great steal.
Hard to the hoop. He's fouled. Starks has been an explosive factor in this fourth quarter.
John McLeod, what does Sparks do for you? What does Starks do for you? He is quick. He's got great anticipation. He's an tenacious defensive player. And he is a scorer. He has a scorer's mentality. He's really a two-guard who's learning how to play one.
Only a 69% free throw shooter, but he hits the big one here. And another thing that John McLeod said, which is showing up here in the fourth quarter, he has tremendous stamina.
He's played an excellent game for them.
Gets them both. Starks has been the key element in the Knicks comeback here, as they had trailed the Suns by 6. Now they're down by 1. Seven seconds to shoot. Chambers on the drive. Ewing was there to change the shot.
Great defense by the Knicks. They get the missed shot, but then the ball comes down between Oakley and Ewing, and the shooter goes and gets the rebound.
Both of them with the 5 fouls. The reverse lay-in from Patrick Ewing. Patrick Ewing with 34 points in the game.
If the Knicks will just stay with their movement, hit Patrick and cut, they'll get easy shots, or catch Patrick on the move. But right now they need some defensive stops.
We have the foul, the hold on Cheeks, as Kevin Johnson tries to drive, and Maurice Cheeks now has 5. So Cheeks, Oakley, Ewing with 5.
I'm surprised they made that call. Maurice Cheeks, when you get to be an all-defensive player in this league for 5 years, all right, first team, they give you the hand check, even though hand checking went out in 80. Okay? I'm surprised that they called that hand check.
1980. Well, I guess 11 years. Maybe, what do you call it? Statute of limitations on the hand check has expired. Kevin Johnson's played big once again here tonight. Has 26 points, 11 assists. Suns by 2 with 3:48 to go in the game.
This guy's had the entire package. He's trying for his 3rd year in a row of 20 points and 10 assists. He was only the 5th player in the history of this league to do that. He's done it 2 years in a row.
Cheeks pulls up for the big clutch shot. We've seen that before.
Oh, you know, he'll only shoot it if you force him to. He's going to milk the strength.
Knicks within 1.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Illegal defense. Looked like Starks was right in the middle of the paint.
Yeah, they had Starks and they also had Wilkins. And if you wanted, you could throw Oakley in there also. They had 3 guys 2 zones away.
That was the first call of illegal defense against the Knicks, so it's inbounded and a new 24-second clock. And we have 3:24 to go in the ball game. Suns by 1. Suns also have a foul to give, by the way. Stripped away.
Nice. Oh, my.
Oakley couldn't hold it. Now they're saying it's Knicks ball, and the Phoenix bench exploded.
Yeah, Cotton's going nuts. All right, this ball from our angle hits Oakley. All right, now let's see. We're going to see the great steal by Cheeks, the master, the #1 steal man in the history of this league. Now watch this bounce pass. What happens here? There it is. The ball's off of Oakley, and the Phoenix bench is right.
Nevertheless, Patrick Ewing missing And there you go. Cheater's proof, they call it.
Let's get back.
Marley on the drive. He's fouled. Offensive foul. It's against Marley.
And
two big calls against the Suns.
Who takes that charge? John Starks.
What a game by number 3 here tonight. And his jersey doesn't even fit him. They gotta get him to a tailor after this performance tonight.
That was outstanding transition defense. When it started out, it was a 3-on-1. 2 Knicks hustled back.
The Knicks can take the lead with 2:48 remaining in the game. Patrick Ewing, the jump hook. Not this time. Chambers had the rebound. The foul is going to go against Oakley.
Good defense that time. West versus Ewing.
That's going to be 6 on Oakley. He's out of this ball game.
Yeah, Charles is working hard, though. That ball was up for grabs. And anytime you get one of those fouls, you're proud of the effort of your guy.
Well,
Chambers had inside position all the way that time, Bob.
Oakley single-digit rebounds tonight, far below his 12 and change average per game, but he came up with 21 points in a very big offensive effort. That 21 points is 10 above his average. Chambers to the line for 2. Vandeweghe in for Oakley. So the Knicks now have a very small team in there with Wilkins, Vandeweghe, Cheeks, and Starks.
See, you have 2 guys on this club, Kevin Johnson and Chambers. Both guys get to the line almost 8 times a night. And the reason why that's such a plus for your team is both guys shoot 82%.
Tom Chambers, 11 of 12 from the line, 30 points, 12 rebounds after only an 8-point performance last night.
Kiki Vandeweghe in there now. That gives them another perimeter shooter.
Suns by 3. Starks gets the pass off the glass. Hornacek with good defense. .219 to go. 101-98 Phoenix.
Going down inside. See, this is a good move. They're looking at Chambers on Vandeweghe. They know they can get the shot.
Chambers has a 15-footer. He gets the long rebound. It was actually batted out of there, I think, by West. 2 minutes to go in this ball game. 2 minutes.
Now this is one of their pet moves. Pick and roll basketball.
To stop that, Marley gets it. Now 10 seconds to shoot for Phoenix. Marley open for 3.
He rushed that one.
Rebound Patrick Ewing. Knicks can pull to within 1 with 1:43 remaining. 11 rebounds for Ewing.
You need a good shot selection now. If not, get fouled and get on the foul line.
Vandeweghe for 3. Looked like Chambers may have got a part of that. If he did, it should belong to the Knicks.
Absolutely. And from here, it looked like he did get a piece because Vandeweghe was off by about 6 to 8 inches. Quick timeout now by Cotton. Very smart, setting up the strategy because he has a foul to give in this last minute and 30 seconds.
Bob Neal, Hubie Brown with you from Madison Square Garden. 1:31 to go in the game. Suns up by 3.
You're Cotton Fitzsimmons right now. You have the basketball. All you're asking your guys is to get a good shot opportunity. If not, let's penetrate and try to draw the foul. We are shooting the penalty. All right, now, if we turn the ball over, remember we are up 3. Do not think that they need a 3. Because the Knicks in their huddle are saying we do not need a 3 if we can stop them some way in this possession. A miss or a turnover. Come down, work for a good shot. Only take a 3 if it is wide open.
Suns still with 3 guards and 2 big men, West and Chambers. Gwinnett back in for New York. And it's out of bounds. Johnson missed West on the pass.
See, when you make that same plain pass, it's tough to judge the guy in the distance. Knicks are in good shape here right now. Plenty of time.
Looking for Ewing against West off the glass. It's a 1-point game with 1:09 to go.
I'll tell you, Patrick has shown at least 6 different moves tonight.
Ewing with 36 points. It's a 3-point lead again under a minute.
What a shot. That's the first time that he's gone in like that and did not shoot it with his left hand.
Wilkins wants the drive. It's stripped away on the drive. Big defensive play by Phoenix.
Knicks can't foul now. You don't want to foul. There's plenty of time here. Just, you need a stop. That's what you need. Because you're still going to get the ball back with plenty of time.
9 on the shot clock.
You need a stop.
5 seconds to shoot. 3. Marley open for the jumper. A big one.
Big shot.
With 24.7 remaining, the Suns have built a 5-point lead. 12 assists tonight from Kevin Johnson. And that was a big...
I mean, 6th best road record team in this league. Only 6 teams have a winning record. They're 16 and 14.
Tucker with the inbound pass. It's lost. It'll belong to Phoenix. The inbound play not executed.
Well, you never throw a lob pass. You try to throw a head-to-head pass. Throw a rope.
Chambers fouled hard by Quinnett with 18 seconds to go in the ball game. Still 18 seconds, but Tom Chambers will go to the line, and he's made a living at the line tonight. Chambers has 30 points in the game and is 11 of 12 there.
Well, there you have the streak breakers. You know, Phoenix says they feel they can go into any gym, any arena, and come out with a W. Cotton is not worried about home court advantage any place. He said, I've got a veteran team. We've been to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. I've got 2 All-NBA players in Chambers and Johnson. We have a ton of experience here.
Well, it's been Kevin Johnson and Chambers in this second half for the Phoenix Suns, but Kevin Johnson came out, hit those perimeter shots, which he had set up by his great drives, and his assists have been a big story in this ball game too. Well,
the other thing is the most valuable guy is the guy taking the ball out of bounds for you at all times. And one thing you never want him to do is to throw a lob pass, because they'll either be stolen or, in that case, out of bounds.
Well, the Phoenix Suns have the 7-point lead with 18 seconds to go in this ball game, and they're about to win 9 of their last 12 games with this victory. They beat Charlotte last night. We'll get on an airplane immediately after this game tonight and go down and play the red-hot Atlanta Hawks, who have, guess what, a streak going at home.
Yeah, that's true. You have to love their team. They can play half-court basketball, but they would rather run up and down. Then if you double team down inside, they have the great perimeter game. If you foul them, they're an excellent foul shooting team. They've got the total package. And now that they've added the size, even think about Joe B. Carroll. He still made a difference for them in that third quarter. And he only played the 1 quarter.
West was not going to let Ewing get that shot up with 14.5 seconds remaining in the game. Suns up by 7. We say the Suns will get on an airplane to go down and play Atlanta on Thursday, but New York gets on an airplane and plays Detroit tomorrow at the Palace.
Well, you know, their effort tonight was sensational. But, you know, when you have this type of a situation, it's difficult to get the perfect execution at the end of the game. And let's face it, the better team did it tonight.
That's going to be goaltending, count the basket. Well, the Knicks are also going. This is the other part, Hubie. I'm interested in your answer with 10.2 seconds to go. The Knicks are going to be 13 and 18 at home. How can that happen?
Yeah, but you go back over the 2 previous years. They only lost 12 games last year and 6 games the year before. So what it comes down to is a defensive stand. Teams are shooting 48% against the Knicks. That's your first problem. The second problem is that they are only out rebounding teams by 1, and yet you've got the 4th and 5th best rebounders in the league. So your overall team rebounding is poor. The third factor is like tonight, only 2 guys in double figures here this evening. So you play a great defensive game, you really get in there and you do a good job, except you come up because you can't get 2 key guys open tonight, Wilkins and Vandeweghe. But then let's turn that around. Hornacek on Wilkins, excellent defensive job, and then Chambers on Vandeweghe, terrific job.
Chambers, underrated in some cases in my view as a defensive player. He can certainly be a great defensive player in any specific game, and he's done a tremendous job.
You know what, he'll be happy to hear you say that, because he doesn't want to hear that. He wants to be known as an outstanding offensive player.
I don't care. I'm changing his image right now. I'm calling his marketing people, and he's going to be a defensive guy. 3.2 seconds remaining in the game. It's Suns by 5, and the Knicks do get the timeout.
Major point in the second half. We know that the Knicks have struggled offensively, but they have been out-rebounded 27-17. That in the first half they dominated and got easy shots because of their offensive rebounding. In the second half, Phoenix says, hey, no more second shots.
We hope you'll join us Saturday on TBS, our sister network, for U.S. Olympic gold, the Nations Cup figure skating featuring American sensation Christy Yamaguchi and Canada's Kurt Browning. Also the World Luge Championships from Winterberg, Germany, Saturday night at 10:35, and that'll be on TBS Sports. And Hubie and I will be in Portland, Oregon next Sunday night for a big rematch of Boston and Portland. Portland went into Boston on Sunday and took the game after Boston had led by 11 in the first half. Kevin McHale, Buck Williams, etc. 2 teams who very well could be in the NBA championship game.
Absolutely, if they're both healthy at that time. The Celtics have proven that they can win against the teams over 500, and they have proven that they can play half court as well as transition basketball. But they do need Shaw back. Now, how bad or how long he's going to be out, that's extremely questionable. But D. Brown has done a nice job. Now, the Celtics lose at home on Sunday, came right back on Monday night and beat a good Indiana team that was hot by 25 points in their building without Shaw.
3.2 seconds remaining in the game. The Suns do lead it by 5 as Quinnett inbounds to the Knicks. Trent Tucker will throw up a long 3. He misses it. This ball game is going to be all over. The Phoenix Suns have won their 3rd in a row, 107-102, snapping the Knicks' 5-game winning streak. We'll be back here to recap this game in just a moment, but right now let's go back to our studios in Atlanta, snapping the Knicks' 5-game winning streak. Tonight's Budweiser player of the game is Tom Chambers. 32 points, 13 rebounds, including 18 points in the second half, and an excellent